Hello and welcome. I am the Sterling and today we are playing City Skylines 2. As you saw in the intro, I've done quite a bit of work with the terraforming. Over here, I have lowered the train line beneath the road. And I've removed this left turn. It never sat right with me. It just wasn't realistic enough. I've also gone across with all these little mini overpasses and put fill either side. Because once again, it's a little bit more realistic having fill rather than this big grand bridge on all of them. So I've done this one here. I've also done over there. Just notice this road's a bit crooked. Huh, look at that. Big crooked road. I'll have to fix that, won't I? There we go. All fixed. So that's all good. I've also removed the tunnel that was going over the water. I feel like a big, massive tunnel that's going under the water like that for a city this small is so unrealistic. But then I started looking at the bridge that was created and honestly don't think that's much better. I can't decide whether I want a bridge or a tunnel, but I can't keep playing with it. I think I'm just going to leave it as a bridge. Now, we have a lot to do this episode, so grab a cold one and let's get started. First off, we really need to start thinking about the money. Okay? So we're running out of electricity and we're running out of money fast. And we're just going to be bankrupt at this rate and it will be game over. So I need to really start thinking about something. So what I'm thinking we'll do first off is we'll open up the water and sewage panel and have a look. There's this big, massive underground water supply right here. We need to utilize that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here to the progression tab. Come down to electricity. We have 5 development points to spend. And we're going to use our next one to get the battery. And then we're going to use our next one to get the geothermal power plant. Done. So now we've got a geothermal power plant that we're going to place right here. Problem is our citizens are dumb. So majority of our population is poorly educated. So basically the extent of their knowledge is how to tie their shoes, which isn't really all that great. So we need to start getting highly educated people moving into the city. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to the economy. We're going to come up to taxation. We're going to drop down the residential area and we're going to take all the tax off highly educated, completely untax the highly educated. Hopefully this will encourage highly educated to move into the city. Now we have to have a look. Here's the geothermic and wow, that is big. That is big. So now we have a major issue. How are we going to get it on here? Especially that I've got no more tiles that I can purchase. So that's going to be our next step. There is one more other option though. We could put the geothermic power plant here. But I was hoping to start moving pollution out of this area because I wanted to start building this up as farmland because we have quite a bit of farmland here. So let's have a look. The farmland over here and got natural resources over here. So I can't decide whether I want to build the geothermal power plant here or build the geothermal power plant here. The pros and cons of that is I could build that right now. Over here, I can't build it until after I buy this tile. We are almost up to the next milestone where I could then build this tile. So what we might do is start zoning. Issue is, for the minute, we've got no power. So we might have to put in some more windmills. So let's find a place to chuck these windmills. That's a little bit of a mound. We're getting 2.9 up there. So we'll chuck 1 there. 2 there. Okay, so we've got 2 windmills. connect them via power lines. Put them underground. Goes dudunk, and then dudunk. Or it does actually help when I use the correct power line. So using the correct power line, we're going to go dunk. And then dunk. And now our city should have power. Now we've solved our issue with power. Next, let's start rezoning all this at the front. Because now I want them to start moving commercial across the road. And we'll start zoning commercial down this side. Sort of break up between the residential and that train line. But also, I want to start running this path along the beachfront. So we'll have a path that will run down here. And then the beach on one side, residential on the other. I also want to start expanding the size of our properties. Majority of these properties have been 4x4. I want to make them 6x6 for the tax purposes. We really need to now start doing everything we can to make money. Especially the fact we've just put in 2 windmills that has now knocked us up to over 3,000 an hour. Like, yeah, this is not good. Plus, all we have is a police station and a medical clinic. We don't have a fire station and we don't have any death care. And so if I add those, wow, like we are buggered. So let's get to work. I think I'll start on this side because I've never really liked what I've done on this side very much. So let's do that. Now, we're going to start doing this side. Slowly move across and just clean all this up as well. I know it's a bit blocky, but in dire times, we're going to do what we have to do. Now, cleared all that up. Let's get to work. Now we push and go as we do this. Let's see if I can drop down all this. I'll make those row houses. And these ones here can be row houses. There we go. So now we've zoned in most of this. I'm going to come through and zone in the rest. But wow, the budget is terrible. So now I'm just going to speed things up and let it all grow, and then I'll take it from there. We've got quite a demand for high density residential. Now I'm thinking about maybe building some nice high residential up here, so then they have views of the beach. We'll try a hand at that, shall we? So now let's see how they come in on the angle. I might have to fluff about and have a bit more fun with this, but we'll have a look. Now we're going to keep moving down the coast and put in our next train station. So nice and quick. Perfect. Now first things first, we're going to add the train station. So what we'll do is we'll delete this and this one. We're going to raise the ground up. Just like so. And let's size this up. Ooh, gonna have to do a bit of work. So let's do some more terraforming. Let's cut into this a bit. Fix all this up later. And now we'll drop her down. Like so. Looks pretty good. And then we'll just clean all this up. Next, we're going to come through with the roads. Just quickly throw these in. Now, that's looking pretty good. So let's fix up all this stuff here and I'll be back in a moment. Uh-oh. I think we might be in a little bit of trouble. Just notice that tornado out in the distance. I really hope that's not heading towards us, or else we're buggered. But we'll see. Let's have a look. No, I'm not sure which way that's going. If it comes near the town, I'll come back. We're slowly starting to balance the budget. We're now down to minus 1,496 an hour, which is significantly better than the 3,500 I was getting a moment ago. So we're slowly getting there. I've just got to keep pumping more and more residential out, and hopefully we can balance it that way. And then once I can get my geothermal power plant down, we'll start making money. We're almost at the next milestone. Once we hit that next milestone, we'll be able to open up that water table tile and we'll be able to build the geothermal power plant on it. Tornado disappeared, didn't come close, so that's good, but now I know what sort of things are going to hit us. It's a little scary. Well, that's depressing, isn't it? Old brown brick sort of building. Some prime location, though, for some views. Fantastic. We've now hit our next milestone. Tiny Town. In Tiny Town, we're going to get an increased loan limit, North American and European mixed housing, which that's going to come in handy. Vegetable farming, coal mining, communications, which will be mailboxes, post office, radio masts, etc., etc. So fantastic. Now, first things first, we're going to buy a map tile. So the map tile we're going to buy is this one here. It's that tile there. So let's purchase that. Done. Now we can run this road straight off here. And see if I can put the geothermal power plant down. So we'll be plopping it right there. Done. And now we're just going to grab power lines, connect them straight into the grid, and done. That's fantastic. Now hopefully this will start to rise. But as you can see, that is scary. We've just went up to 8,000, minus 8,000 an hour. That's 8,000 in the red. Okay, now we're back down to 2,955. Hopefully that we can get that in the green at some point, though. Now, our major problem is our employees. We don't have any educated, I do not think. So I've been having a look around. We have 17 well-educated employees available, but not one of them works at our power plant. We need to find them, and we need to close down whatever business they're working at, because we need them to work here. So I'm off on the hunt. Now, I've gone through every business here, which was painstaking. This one here has 2 well-educated, but there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to delete our cargo train terminal, but I seem to have deleted quite a lot of other businesses. So let's see if the employment has now gone here. Well, we've got 5. 5 of 5 well-educated. Okay, that's looking better. Now, in time, once we can balance our budget and we are quite far into the green, I want to raise our education level, put down a college, and start producing our own well-educated. But for the minute, this is what's just going to have to be. So let's have a look. Where are we sitting? Still 3,665, 4,700. So we're not doing too great at the moment. It just looks like we don't have enough workforce, doesn't it? 17 positions open. I might actually go out and try and get some educated and poor education. Now I'm going to start building a little residential area out here. So I'll just lay down this. As you can see, we're starting to build out into our new little residential area up here. So we've got some more dense residential around near the train line. As we get away from the train line, we start getting into more low-tier residential. So we have purchased the rest of the tiles running off the map, and then we've connected our water and sewage. We are now exporting water, which is helping us bring down our deficit. We are now down to 2,973 an hour, which is still not good. We are desperately clawing. So I've also moved our industrial out of the main island here and put it over here with our geothermal plant. So everything's been moved over here, which is our tip, our crematorium, a little bit of industrial, and then obviously a geothermal plant and our transformer station. The next thing I'm going to need to do is start utilizing production here. So I need to start building livestock, grain farming, vegetable farming. Later on it'll be textiles, forestry, stone, coal, ore, and oil. We need to start doing these things to try and continue to raise up our money. See, now our money has gone down to minus 1,279 an hour. It fluctuates, but it's not good. It really is not good. We're in a bad way. We're hemorrhaging. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.